Hello and welcome. This time another Cyan run of Eald'narche, I hope I'm pronouncing that right, Chaos. We've got a 0-3 Galuf, somewhat budget of a run, only 6 ingots spent for this comp. And Fujin lacks her character boards, so perhaps a little bit worse output than you would expect from her. But she's still pretty good. But anyway, she's more here for the... It doesn't resist melee or anything, but she's more here for just improving Galuf's output. And, Cyan's is, he just hits 999, irrespective of Imperil or not right now. That golden age is soon to come to an end, but I shall take advantage of it. So, Cyan's output is good, and of course he has a lot of uses, but it's not really... well, it's not typically your sole source of damage output in terms of HP damage. He just sort of is almost there, particularly with the inflated HP totals of the quests that we're now facing. Largely developed in response to the disgusting output of launch comps with Kais. So we're just sort of at the dregs, suffering, alas. But anyway, just take these rounds relatively slow. It's not a huge deal. This is one of the more generous turn count requirements, sitting at 100 rather than, I think we've been used to about 90 and 80 in some quests. So Cyan is able to sort of burn through his uses in that time frame. I'll leave the shield off of Cyan, largely because he almost benefits from the virus status ailment. Corona won't do anything to him, largely because if he concentrates and doesn't get the concentrate buff, well, he just gets to concentrate again. So hopefully one of the scorpions on this wave inflicts that. So hopefully they choose to do it, and hopefully it actually gets inflicted. That should be fine. Yeah. No, of course, it was poison. Rip. Oh, I guess they do poison and death. I could have sworn they did virus. Well, anyway. That would have been nice to demonstrate, because it's quite funny. Reminiscent of the JP bug where you can just infinitely concentrate until your X is charged. So you can see with the weak damage, even at 0-3, his counters hit for a respectable amount of damage. So that will drop. You'll very much see this. It will drop quite a bit. This boss does sort of beef up its defenses when it gets low. Very reminiscent of a beetle. Given that's what the boss is, I believe. I don't know. Not too sure how conservative to be with Fujin here. Can probably get away with using these. I'm probably playing it too conservatively. We'll see as we get closer to the end. Yeah, that battery on Fujin is just excellent for both Galuf and Cyan. Cyan doesn't have too much regen, so... And in particular, as much as he hits hard, he has a generally low amount of hits. Well, Bushido Fang is 4, and has a great overflow value. So he benefits a lot from battery in his team. Yeah, we get the launch here. And then, yep, beautiful. It all lines up. Damn, these trash waves are beefy. Oof. Very close to the... Yeah, we'll use a dragon, I think, yeah. Unfortunate, but would have been the cleanest end to the round if I could have just had his X charged. Oh well. So yeah, it was a relatively slow start. I mean, you have runs of people completing this in like 50 turns, and we're well above half on the trash waves alone. So it is very much a slow start, and it will continue to be a bit of a slow burn going through this. So Galuf pretty much avoids anything the bees do, so you don't really have to worry about them. The only sort of main worry here is comp lacks a fully dedicated healer. I do have Leo to cover that base later on, and it does occasionally do an AoE HP attack. But given Galuf dodges that, the output won't be as high. I can swap Galuf out later on for Leo. He can heal up Fujin, because Cyan has his own self-sustain. So yeah, it should work out, I hope. At the very least, we'll be under the HP threshold. I won't rule out whether we take damage or not. I'm open to the possibility. So yeah, those bees, they just don't do shit. There we are. They cleansed the Imperil, but the X is back. Very helpful. Yeah, some big launches here. Cyan is quite... You can see, you know, he's got quite a substantial amount of max brave. He has one of the lowest base values in the game and sort of suffered from it quite a lot, but his X plus has solved a lot of that. So big launches are always something he enjoys. Typically though, you just want to ignore the bees and just go straight for the big bad in the middle. Yeah, we just HP here. I probably am being too reserved with Fujin, but I don't want to burn out or have an awkward moment where the Imperil gets cleansed by them or that kind of thing. One fatal flaw, as you're going to see as this goes on, since the only damage being dealt to the bees is through either Galuf's counters or the splash from Fujin and Cyan, we probably aren't going to kill them until fairly late into this, because the beetle likes to give them the old heal. And you see, it's basically as if we haven't done any damage whatsoever to these little things. But since Galuf essentially renders them useless, it's fine. But that does present a bit of a predicament. So yeah, Fang here. Actually no, we don't need it for now. I want to just refresh the max brave. As well, one thing to consider, I've been sidetracked now, but one thing to consider with the concentrates is that you will gain more brave using the dragon variant. Has a bigger multiplier, so if you're at low brave, you generally want to do that. This comp in particular is quite accommodating for Cyan, because if he's lacking in one of the generic buffs that he gives himself, Fujin covers that front with Metsu, provides speed, and Galuf provides, although it's not as strong, max brave. So yeah, bringing that speed up for Cyan. He's not a snail anymore. So yeah, get used to this. This is what you're watching for the next... oh god knows how long this is going to take. I suppose it's very fitting that some of the slowest characters in the game also have a run that's probably way slower than it should be. That's unfortunate. Sometimes the launches won't always line up with Fujin, but you've just got to dump the X when it's up. Jesus Christ, that X bar's full, man. Disgraceful. So, oddly enough, and you know, this was a point of complaint in the last commentary run I did, but Tsubame Gaishi is actually doing something of debuffing the, well, not debuffing, dispelling the bees, who sort of bolster their attack and stuff, but at the same time, since they're never going to land an attack, it's still sort of useless, but I know, he's doing things and that makes me happy. Just have comfort in the knowledge that, you know, if those stings that all miss, if they landed, they would hit for less than they would if Cyan wasn't here. Yeah, it's pretty sad actually when you put it that way. Running out of speed, so we'll refresh that. See, it's not much of a Embrave boost. These bees are getting lower than I thought, although I feel like, given that all attack, they're about to be healed again. Yep. Fun. So, all our hard work undone. The fact those bees pretty much aren't killable at our pace without us outright going for them worries me somewhat, because when I summon Leo, I'm rolling the slot machine of where his debuff is going to land. Ideal scenario, it's not actually the end of the world if it goes on someone else, but ideal scenario, we want it on the big bad rather than a bee. Just battery. Still feel like I'm being conservative with her, but the battery on her HP plus is just too good, and Cyan and Galuf pretty much love it, so I just cannot resist. So the cover is not low enough yet to refresh, and Galuf will get another turn. So that is fine. So the imperils are now running out. Oh dear. Doesn't really matter too much for Cyan, he will hit ridiculously high, irrespective. Max Rave. I'm so bad at keeping track of those. Let's have a look. Yep, even without crits, still hitting cap. Beautiful. And we'll refresh it now. Once again, Cyan misses the big launch. Very sad. Oh goodness. I needed to refresh the guard anyway. But it's still very painful to look at a full X bar when you can't use it. Okay, this is the This is the HP attack that worries me. Doesn't do too much. And its output is hampered by the fact that Galuf will dodge it. In most cases. But yes, that leaves Fujin as a bit of an Achilles heel here. Cyan's fine though, he can heal it up with Bushido Dragon. And it's like it never happened. Fujin though, she will have to limp on, at least until we bring Leo into the picture. Which shouldn't be in too long. I think we're getting to the point. Probably just under half, and I think... okay. I'm a bit worried about Confuse, but it would have been fine if he got hit with it there, because it would have been a great opportunity for Tsubame Gaishe to do something other than do damage. It would have been fantastic to capture a moment like that on video, but it just wasn't meant to be. The fact that it doesn't land is, in a way, bad luck, but you know, is what it is. I'm sure it will land later on when my X is not up and I can't cleanse it. I'm sure that will happen, knowing my luck in runs like this, especially when recording. Although saying that, the last run had a very clutch dodge. So, perspectives. Maybe I'm just in denial. Oof. Okay, I think about now is time to summon anyway, so probably just concentrate. Get the speed back. Okay, just pray to the slot machine. But Leo lands on the correct fucking enemy. So we get a big launch here. Very nice. Putting Kais to shame. Big launch. Nearly 250k. My Brave's low, and Bushido Bang is a low hit. But I'm running out of dragons. Anyway, now swapping to Leo. Please, RNG? Nope, of course. I don't really want to waste a turn of output and battery, so I'll use the regular call rather than the C65. It's nice, another Tsubame Gaishe. So yeah, these I've already made an oopsie whoopsie. Yeah, I kind of have to use the Metsu there instead to give Leo the right amount of speed, but it fucks the turn order. But I don't think it's going to be that big a deal. I could kill the bees here actually. So wait, 40, that's enough for that. So I think the splash from Fang will be fine. Oh, what? Wow, they both... What? I don't see any red there. Really, homie? God damn, that's brutal. Oh dear. Right, okay, big delays. Big delay time, I think. Been saving them for a moment like this. A moment of such bullshit. Right, now big launch. This is nice. That's good. There's a bit of a mess there with the turn order, but we course corrected. Very nice. That's one of the other reasons I brought Fujin here, was for that delay C65. It's actually incredibly useful for enabling Leo to sort of buy you a lot more time. Though I am expecting the bees to return. Oh dear. Wow, that Galuf aura makes a world of a difference. Goodness me. So like, right, Fujin hitting ones here. Now look at this. Look at this. It's just slicing through them like paper. Galuf's back. Let's get that guard back. And in the nick of time, the bees have returned. Okay, we're running out of uses, but I think we're still in the running for this. Although we are creeping up to the 100 turn count, we've got about 20 to go. And not much uses left. Well, Galuf isn't really having problems. I can still refresh his uses. That passive effect on Fujin's X with the counter is just so good for keeping her relevant without having to burn through uses. Oh man. Yeah, okay. Another AoE. Not much damage there at all, didn't even put Cyan below the threshold. So that's good. I think now one more rotation of Cyan's abilities into another X ought to do it. Damn, common thread of this run. Cyan having no fun in launches. Okay, good, I miss. It's very welcome. Okay, that's our last Bushido Fang of the run. Yeah, I've been too conservative with with Fujin. 3 uses left, but that's fine actually. Oh, it's doing an all attack. I think it's just going to be the B heal though. Should be fine. Yeah. HP'd recently? Yeah, it'll be fine. Yeah, there we are, beat your feedback. All good. Your shield is nothing compared to the power of Bushido. And Galuf counters. Okay, so last dragon. Just kind of hope that this is enough now, because Cyan's just going to sort of awkwardly be standing there HP plussing for the remainder of the run otherwise. Okay, so what excess use with Fujin? Okay, it's not too bad in terms of conservation, all things considered. So this may be it. Yeah, this may be it actually. Holy shit. A perfect finish. Oh, I'm sorry, this must be screenshotted for flexing on main chord. That has to happen. Oh no, notification, go away. What? Oh, that was that was strange. It's supposed to flash the victory up as the black closes in. but it didn't want to do that. But anyway, that was a nice way to end it. Beautiful. Thank you for watching. I hope you've learned to appreciate Cyan some more.